from Indio, California.
My name's Mariah and I'm from Indio, California.
Literally everyone hypes up Coachella because like we live so close. And before it used to be indie people like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I just seen it like slowly progress. It brings like a lot more different types of fans to Coachella.
We have all these like evolving rap artists that are just producing so much like good stuff.
It's just blowing my mind how hip-hop music is taking over.
Hip-hop is not dead. It's alive, it's thriving, and it's just becoming better and better.
It started in '99, Coachella, if I'm not mistaken. But it was all Tool and Rage Against the Machine, all these like white bands. Now it's like you had Drake perform a headline 2 years ago with The Weeknd. You got Beyonce, who just got cut off, unfortunately, but like you have Travis Scott, and you got who else is like Future's performing, etc., etc., Skepta. So now I feel like the way it's evolved from 1999 until now, it's in the hip hop genre. It's just like it's ever growing.
First time I went to Coachella, I was like performing at this little tent, like a DJ set, but like majority of the DJs were like EDM DJs.
Coachella, I went my first time, I think it was 3 years ago, and it was actually one of my first festivals. I was 19, and I mean, it was like a whole new experience for me. I was super stoked. I came with some of my buddies, and it was like such a good time. That year, I think like Skrillex played. Since then, definitely hip hop has came a long way from Coachella. You know, like this year you got Future playing, Travis Scott. I saw him last night. It was really sick. That's one of my favorite parts about Coachella, is just the mixture of hip hop and EDM, you know, because I'm a big fan of both, honestly. I'm a big fan of, you know, the Diplo, Martin Garrix, those type of dudes, but then also like, you know, hip hop dudes too.
I just feel like there's just a more of a presence here, you know, as opposed to, you know, all the rock and roll and the electronic dance music. Electronical.
It's like a culture clash. Everybody just come here to like listen to all kind of different music. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's hip hop, whether it's like chill vibe, whether it's electric music, it's like a whole mesh. You might see Skrillex bringing out rappers, you might see, you know what I'm saying, big EDM DJs bringing out rappers, you might see rappers performing with singers, like it's a mesh. M-E-S-H, not a mess, you know what I'm saying? Or it's a L.
Everyone wants to be a hip hop artist. You know, it's like whether to see what they're wearing clothing wise, or they tap into their music and they follow their life on social media. So it's like it's everywhere. You know, it's like now it's like I feel like hip hop is taking over. It's like the new wave.
Kanye said it best in his interview. He said, you know, like rappers are the new rock stars. That's what he said. So I think it crosses over, and I think it just happened naturally. And I think that, you know, because you know, there's not a lot of rock stars, you know, still rocking. So I think, you know, it's important for, you know, the punk rock kids, the balls to the wall, the real heavy metal, just going, guys, you know, just to keep carrying the torch and getting weird.
It's just big. It's like rock and roll. Everybody love it. You know, the masses come out.
The streets talk. So when I say that, I mean like everyone's the whole culture is shifting. I feel like hip hop's taking over.
yeah, man, I just, like, that's what I thought blowing up was, performing at, like, big-ass festivals and shit, you know what I'm saying?
It's like the new rock and roll, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that's fans of rock and roll, the same reason they love rock and roll is the same reason people feel like, you know what I'm saying, they love, like, the new music, the new generation of music that's going right now, you know what I'm saying? You got so many young rock stars, you got Shrimp, you got Uzi, you know what I'm saying? You got, like, so many different new Amigos, like, you got so many new young rock stars and so much different energy, you know what I'm saying? But the same thing, people like raw stuff, people like, you know what I'm saying, aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes like trap beats are aggressive, then you know what I'm saying, you have people that like chill vibe type of way. And the artists that can do both, like the Drake or like Kendrick or like anything like that, like that's why they're able to expand like that and they're already on the platform. So I feel like hip hop is the same reason why everybody loves rock and roll. It's just like now in the new generation, it's cool or not. You know what I'm saying? It's either hot or not. That's what it is.
Trap is just hard, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to party and turn up to the trap. That's what they coming to see.
Hip-hop music in general, I mean, it's got a good vibe, you know, it brings people together. And when you have people like Future and stuff playing, like, everyone's gonna want to come out to see that. Everyone's gonna want to dance together and get hyped, you know? So, I mean, it's sick. That's one of my favorite parts about Coachella is just the mixture of hip-hop and EDM, you know, because I'm a big fan of both, honestly. I'm a big fan of, you know, the Diplo, Martin Garrix, those type of dudes, but then also, like, you know, the hip-hop dudes too.
I mean, a Travis Scott show could have a mosh pit. You know, it's like rock and roll, bro. It's like people just going crazy, getting sweaty, getting weird. Nobody gives a. It's not necessarily the culture isn't about looking cool anymore. It's about, you know, being cool and having fun and going full out, full throttle. So I think it's like hand in hand, rock and the mentality of rock and what that is all about. I think it carries over into hip hop like perfectly and seamlessly. I just want to drink some beer, smoke some cigarettes. Coachella is just about having a good time with all your friends, driving down, just getting weird and turning up, you know. It's been that way since the beginning.
That was my vision, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted me and my team to like just make noise and, you know what I'm saying, take over the game. That's what we prayed for, you know what I'm saying? So, like following God's footsteps and just, you know what I'm saying, like seeing it all come to life is a blessing. For real, like, I ain't doubt myself, you know what I'm saying? I just stayed focused, just laser focused and just kept working hard, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, from there, it's like you just thank God for all the blessings that come along with it, you know what I'm saying? For it all. And then at the end of the day, I mean, we only live one life, you know what I'm saying? So I'm learning as I go, you know what I'm saying? I'm young, just learning as I go, for it all.
It only makes sense that like hip hop is now prominent in like the #1 genre of music. So like for it to take over Coachella, it's like, it goes hand in hand.
It's a lasting, stable phenomenon. It's poetry that reflects where we live and what we think and what our culture is. And that poetry transcends music nowadays, the rap itself, right? And it always goes back to the beat. And so it always comes back to what core hip-hop original elements are. But then, there's always inspiration from other places. I guess that's part of its expansion into different places. But in the end, we look right now, and the #1 selling music in the world is hip-hop. So how do you have a festival that's music, that's cultural, and not include hip-hop?